What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we have another knife loaned in from the Brass Brigade. I will put a link to his channel down below so you can go check him out. This is a WE Knives Roxi. It's actually a knife I didn't know about until Jason sent this up to me. Very cool. That's what I love about having my channel is I get to check out a lot of stuff that I wouldn't even, buy or check out on my own. And two, a lot of times I don't know about the knives that come in because I don't know every knife out there, guys. So, like I said, this is the WE Knives Roxi. It is 3 3/4 closed, 6 3/8 overall. 2.58-inch blade with a 2.46 cutting edge on this very nice Warncliffe style blade. It is M390. It is 0.156 overall blade thickness. Blade thickness is 0.156. The overall thickness is 0.488 minus the clip. Runs on ceramic bearings and weighs in at 3.8 ounces. It is super smooth. Even I can Spidey flick it. So if I can do it, anybody can do it because that's my worst opening technique unless I put a lot of wrist in it. And you can thumb flip it most of the time. Sometimes, it's not really the intent, if you will. It does have a finger choil, which makes it very nice because then I can actually get kind of a full grip on it because it is a little bit small to hold it this way. My pinky is kind of hoping to grab onto there, but it feels a little awkward in my hands. So, yeah. But all in all, it's a very cool knife. Now, this was designed by Todd Knife and Tool Design. And again, I didn't know who they were either. So let's zoom in here. We can talk about that a little bit. That is a brother team, Seth and Terrell, I think is how you pronounce it, that basically design knives for other companies. And they build prototypes, and then they work with WE to make them, and Riot, and all of the OEMs. They'll just design stuff for them, and off they go. So it's very cool. Stonewash version here. All titanium hardware, titanium clip, titanium pivot, ceramic bearings, all that good stuff. I mean, a good looking knife, built really well and solid. Steel lock bar insert with an over travel stop, so that's always nice. Pocket clip works really well. Contrasting backspacer and a lanyard tube hole, which is a little, I don't know. So yeah, why do they have the cutout here? I guess you could put the lanyard on just one side of the scale, the other side of the scale, or through both. So I guess that gives you options. A lot of times you see just, this would be solid all the way through, and this would just be your opening. So a little bit unique in that regard, I think, but even with a very small flipper tab, which is odd because some knives I will talk about with very small tabs like that won't work 100% of the time or are a little awkward. This one, mentally, it's a little bit awkward because I look at it and I think, man, that's a small flipper tab. Is it going to work? But yet it works super well. So it is a very satisfying flip. Now, just because something is on bearings, just because something's on bearings, it does not mean it is going to be drop shut. I think too many people think, oh, it's on bearings, it'll be super drop shut, like the Hellraiser. It's on bearings, and this is how it came from the factory. Okay, this is also on bearings. Okay, so it just because it's on bearings doesn't mean it's going to be drop shut. Now that's a smaller blade and whatnot, so that plays into it. But here's a Ryu, which is also on bearings. Sharknivko Ryu. But again, not drop shut, and it's got a bigger blade. So it's not just the fact that this is a smaller blade that it doesn't drop shut. And I'm fine with that. The guillotine dropping shuts, I don't like. I think the Reese Whelan, I think that is this. Now, granted, this is not your average folder, okay? It's 3/8 inch thick blade stock, so it's a heavy beast. And if it doesn't drop shut, that's a problem. So let's do a couple of quick size comparisons here. I got some different stuff here. Here's a USB stick, a thumb drive. Just your standard USB. I do have the Sharpie here. I'm trying to mix up the size comparison items to make it more relatable, like the AA battery. Everybody knows a AA battery. Everybody knows a D size battery. So I think those are good comparisons. Here it is next to a Delica, which I think a lot of people are familiar with the Delica also. But when I start to pull out other knives like the Hellraisers and the Direwares and, you know, the Reese Whelans and things like that, not everybody is familiar with the Hellraiser. So is it really a good size comparison? Yeah, I don't know. And then if I pull out a custom from Aaron Frederick, nobody knows that one. So that's not really a fair comparison because this doesn't tell you much of anything. In my mind, I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me. This is me just having fun and chatting here. So all in all, this is a very cool knife. Not necessarily for me because it's a little too small. Wharncliffe's is not my favorite style. The jimping is pretty aggressive up here that I don't know that it needs to be on such a small knife. But all in all, it works. And if you're into small knives, this one's not a bad one to check out. The action's super great. So there you go. Go check out Brass Brigade's channel down below. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks a lot for your time, and we will see you tomorrow.